Hey everyone, this is Wade from fishfindermounts.com and FloatTube Fanatics. And you can call us at 1-855-784-3474 to get your perfect fish finder mounting solution for your float tube, for your pontoon, for your kayak, for your canoe, for your John boat, for your aluminum V-hull boat, whatever it may be. We've got a mount for it most likely. And our systems make all fish finders portable, as it says here. And you can see here in this actual banner here for our trade show booth, the kayak mounting kit that we have available for sale on our web store at fishfindermounts.com and floattubefanatics.com. But going back to the float tube mounting solutions for fish finders on your float tube, here we have the Humminbird 386 CI, and we've got a 360-degree swiveling capability here. Now it's set up backwards so that we can display it at the trade show and display it in our videos to you easily. But you would have this obviously facing, the control head would be facing that way because your head would obviously be up here where you're sitting on the seat of your float tube. And this is the Fat Cat LCS from Outcast, and it's their biggest, most premier tube in this sort of the Fish Cat series. It's a very, very cool, roomy tube. Lots of capacity on it. And here is our transducer mount. So this is, if you're kicking along in the water, you're moving this way. So of course I have the point of the transducer here set up to go the same way that it would be moving. You'd be moving in the water. And let's say I'm going to beach. I'm coming out of the water. I'm going to tilt my transducer mount up out of the way to make sure nothing it doesn't get scraped up on the rocks or get caught up on weeds or what have you. It stays nice and clean and clear of all that. And so I've got it out of the way. You want to go in, let's say you're on a campsite and you want to go in and just hang out in your camper, trailer, tent, whatever it may be. You can just take your fish finder off. You just unplug it from behind. And you can just take this right off. Actually, the Humminbird 386 CI has a little bit of a release latch here. It's probably the best way to do this fish finder. But you can take these right off this way as well, right off the battery box mount. And you can see actually we have pre-drilled holes in all of these mounts so that when you buy your fish finder, there'll be a set of holes. Most likely, we have most of all of them now for all these mid-size fish finders and compact fish finders, and you can see the array of different holes on there right now. And in fact, we just added the Humminbird Helix model pattern here, and that is right here. We've got it set up on our boat mount right here. It's got a gimbal bracket, so it itself does not spin, but of course our mounting plate does. I just showed you on the float tube here. It spins, and you can set that up to your viewing or your optimal viewing angle. Here is our Garmin Mount, our G mount. You can buy that on floattubefanatics.com only. And so if you have these Garmin Echo series finders, they've got a really good swiveling base. It's actually really well done by Garmin, so you don't really need a swiveling. If you decide, oh, I'm going to stick with the Garmin Echo for the rest of my life, well, you know, this is all you'd need. If you want to go to a bigger finder, this might not be the best solution for you, because you want to have more real estate to mount on, and you want to make sure that whatever fish finder, if you had a Helix and you can't rotate it now because you don't have a rotational swivel plate like we have in these models, our U2 and our U3 models and our U1 models actually. That's why, you know, we like to recommend you maybe go for our U2 or U3 model. You can still put your Garmin onto those. This is just a budget selection. If you want to keep your costs down, you can still get everything you need. You know, your batteries integrated right in here. And of course it comes with an all-in-one strap system, really easy and super convenient to set up on your float tube. And your transducer mount, as I showed you before, is here. We include the spacer and everything so that your Garmin is all of our transducer mounts are universal for all the guys, all the different models from all the different major manufacturers here. Ray Marine even. We've done some stuff for Marantz and Markham and everything like that as well. So very, very universal, very convenient. You can mount just tons and tons of different fish finders You can buy your mounting system from us today and buy your fish finder later. Select it, choose it later, because that's how flexible our systems really are. Then we also have non-powered solutions here. You can see I've already tilted up the transducer here. And so if we unlock that, it'll just swivel down to where we want it to be. In this case, when you have a non-powered model from us, you will have to provide your own external battery. So this is a mock-up. You may put this in your battery or your float tube pouch or your pontoon pouch or pocket, and then run the cord over here. Of course, this is on the tip of your float tube. You'd never put your fish finder on the tip of your float tube. You put it up at the front, but this is just for demonstration purposes. This is actually the Humminbird 196 CI Piranha unit. It's their top of the line Piranha unit. It's color. It's got GPS tracking, a rudimentary form of that built in. You don't need any avionics for that, so you can mark your route that you've taken on the water. It doesn't show you any islands or anything like that, but it just shows you kind of where you've been and where you're going to go, and you can mark off where you've maybe had some success and return to that point later. And here you can see it's mounted on our U1 plate. It's a smaller version of our U2 plate. It only really accommodates these small compact finders from both. It will do your Garmin Echo over here, as you can see, and then it'll also do your Humminbird Piranha series fish finders as well. So coming back to the Humminbird 386 GPS fish finder CI model here, color screen and everything, cool little fish finder. Just show you again, here we go. We'll just tilt the transducer back into place. We're going to go back to fishing, so we're in the water now. We're just clear of all the weeds and everything, and we just pop that back in. You only need the transducer just below the surface of the water, and of course this is perfectly set up so you got a straight trajectory of signal perpendicular to the bottom of the water basin there that you're fishing. So this is Wade from fishfindermounts.com and Float Tube Fanatics. You can call us at 1-855-784-3474 toll free to get your perfect fish finder solution, mounting solution today. Thanks for watching, everyone.